Welcome, and thanks for joining me for Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is Journeys in the Stolen Lands. We're finishing up here at the secluded lodge with the Cult of Lamashtu. Got them all situated, and we're ready to head back to Tuskdale. We need to meet with our advisors and figure out what to do next. We've got monsters still exploding out of people, and haven't figured out why. Well, we know why, but we don't know how to stop it. So I'll meet you back home. Okay, we're back home. I'm assuming somebody's going to want to talk to us. Yeah, everybody wants to talk to us. The throne room is full of people. Your allies stand around the throne, waiting in silence as you approach. The atmosphere is tense. Today, you'll be discussing the strange and deadly blight that's recently struck your barony. Knock Knock's going to speak first. The gloomy silence is only penetrated by loud chewing. Okay, Knock Knock has grabbed a whole fried chicken from the table and is busily devouring it, ignoring everyone else completely. Jod folds his hands on his chest. Well, now that we're all here, let's sum up what we know. We've each spent a lot of time and effort to learn what we can about where the monsters come from and what's causing this strange disease. I hope this conversation can help shed some light on the situation. Keston shakes his head slowly. We need to hurry. If we don't find the source of this blight and eliminate it, we may end up with a rebellion on our hands. Okay, let's summarize what we found up to this point. Jod, Keston, and Tristan look at you closely. Jod, the surgery showed that it was magic seeds causing the disease, correct? Right. Judging from the location in the patient's bodies, these seeds were ingested. It seems likely that they're initially extremely small, almost invisible, and people simply swallow them with their food. Once the seed is in the stomach, it begins to grow and cause the symptoms we've seen in our patients. As soon as the seed gains enough strength, it sprouts and turns into a magic portal. Just like a bud turning into a flower, Aristil, forgive me. Jod stares into the distance a moment. Something must have possessed me to say that. It really does look like blooming. Each seed tears the body of its victim just as a flower tears its bud. Keston, we discovered that the Lamashtu cultists weren't involved with the monster infestation. Keston nods. It doesn't mean they're innocent of other crimes, but the monster invasion at least is not their work. Hearing the name Lamashtu draws Knock Knock's attention. Mother is not to blame here, told you, but who listened to me? Goblins obviously like having all these monsters around. To them, it's like a sign of Lamashtu's benevolence. Keston grunts. I'd say they're just excited by anything new that happens. I wouldn't be surprised if they're linked to this story somehow, but I doubt the seeds were created by goblin shamans. Besides, a plan like this seems a little beyond the local goblin chief's intelligence. Knock Knock raises his head. Know what I think? I think Goblin King is Rotten Lice Scratcher. Shaman plays him like reed pipe, babbles about Lamashtu, then plots behind his back. Can you tell me where these monsters come from, Tristan? The ones that appear because of this bloom? Tristan raises his eyes from the papers on the table. Undoubtedly from some world alien to our own. All the monsters appearing from the bloom are exceptionally large and strong. It would be rare to encounter such specimens in the Stolen Lands, or even on most of Golarion, but it's impossible to say what it is that lies on the other side of the portals that's intent on killing your people. Okay. So, the bloom's essential properties are strange seeds getting into people's bodies, which causes their disease and eventually creates magic portals. Now we just need to discover where the seeds are coming from. Tristan, who'd been examining the map on the table from the shadows, gives a small cough. If I may, I've noticed an interesting detail. Well, two details, to be precise. First, the seeds afflict mostly the villagers. There have been no recorded cases of disease within the city limits, except for those who came here looking for the cure. Jod nods. That's right. Thus, we can assume a common factor in how people are exposed to these seeds. Many villages get their food from the same territory. Tristan slowly shakes his head. I don't think food is the problem. Take a look. He points at the map. We have the most cases of the disease here, here, and over here. Monsters mostly attack here and here. The cleric's finger travels down the map, tapping points along a fluid line. You see, the situation is most dire along the banks of the Gudrun River. Everyone examines the map closely. Aristil have mercy. Jod exhales slowly. Exactly. Along the river, that must be where the seeds come from their drinking water. We have to go upstream and find the source of this blight. Knock Knock jumps at your words. Take me, me. The goblin bares his sharp, crooked teeth. I want to settle the score with the king. Keston straightens up and flexes his shoulders. If you allow me, Baron, I'd like to take the lead on this. I'll take the best members of the militia with me and sweep the woods along the river. We'll look under each and every rock if needed. Keston muffles a cough. After everything they've been through, these people deserve a chance to discover the source of their misfortunes. Okay, I can't remember. Is this where we're sending him to his death? I think we need to deal with this carefully and rationally. Go to your people and await my arrival. Okay. Are we done here then? No. He's already left. He's still talking to us. Okay, you were right. Of course, Your Grace. I'll order my men to get ready immediately. We'll await your arrival and then make your move. Keston gives a short bow, turns around, and leaves. Okay. Christian, how did you find the link between the disease and the river? The cleric glances pensively at the map. You see, Baron, these seeds are not the only sign of something abnormal at work. Remember the ruins where we first met? The glade near those ruins full of huge flowers? Glades such as that tend to appear all over the Stolen Lands. Seems strange, does it not? Especially if we take into account that the magic seeds and the portals they create look like flowers themselves. Jod even called this disaster the bloom. I'd like to research this natural phenomenon and perhaps... Tristan stops talking as loud, hasty steps are heard from the main entrance. Keston back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Disappeared there for a minute. Keston runs into the room. Your Grace, we have trouble. The peasants are rioting. Oh, yeah, okay. Jod, ugh, that's the only solution these nitwits could come up with? Don't worry, Baron. As long as they're not setting fire to the streets, we still have a chance of coming to a peaceful resolution. If you allow me, I'll go speak with them, do my best to calm the crowd down. And if peace doesn't prevail, your guards and I will stand with you. Let's go. I can hear their shouting even from here. Okay, we've got an angry mob. Oh, they're really frustrated. The murmuring crowd takes up almost the entire square. The murmuring turns to shouts at your arrival, and a stone flies out of the crowd and strikes the cobbles at your feet. Cain is not going to like this. There he is, out at last. Damn his eyes. Oh boy. Oh no, Cain. Okay, we'll give Jod a chance. People, please hear me. Jod steps forward and raises his hands. Quiet down. His voice thunders over the crowd and the people fall silent, waiting. I am Jod Kafkin, humble servant of Aristil. I may be his grace's confidant, but I am also one of you, the people of this realm. The Baron is deeply concerned by your suffering, and he is doing everything in his power to... Lies! This ruler is the source of all our suffering. Once we get rid of him, the curse will be lifted. Remus. Oh, jeez. This guy. Suddenly, an old man dressed in rags steps from the crowd. Or the crowd parts for him. It's difficult to tell. As he gets closer, you recognize him. It's the prophet Remus. His eyes fall on the crowd. Repent, fools. This is your last chance to appease the gods. He turns and points at you, his eyes afire. By killing the one who dared lay claim to our mistress's lands. The crowd is getting louder and louder. The people in front seem to be slowly edging toward you. I ordered you executed. Goddess sent me a reprieve. Goddess protects those who hear her whispers. Goddess led me here to reveal the beast that destroys her kingdom and poisons her land. Remus lifts his hand and points his finger at you. Your Baron will not receive the mercy he is so eager to deny. He laughs at omens and prophets without knowing what forces he is meddling with. People aren't dying from some curse. It's from strange magical seeds that carry a fatal disease. We just need to find out where they're coming from. Then, a disease? Why would you hide that from us? Keep silent as monsters tore apart our loved ones? No, you're just trying to hide the truth about your curse. Are you all mad? I myself came to the Baron for a cure. If you'd only seen the foulness they took out of me, you'd know this is not some curse. Oh, that's Madla. Yeah, we helped her. Silence, let your ruler speak. Jod nods at you. Please go on, Your Grace. Okay. Alright, we've had enough of this. Cain has had enough. In times like these, a ruler should be able to rely on his people, but I seem to have only ill-equipped vagrants who insist on threatening me. Return to your homes before I decide to give you a sample of what I have in store for those who dare to send a magic disease into my lands. The people in the front row step back, pushing their companions backward as well. Those who meet your gaze look away quickly. Enough. You don't care about us. You hole up in your castle in fear and refuse to lift a finger, while us simple folk die like animals. If all you care about is your own hide, then go on, flee with your tail between your legs. My neighbors may have fled like cowards, but the Baron is still here. He refuses to leave his people. Bah, only thugs in his service. They're locking up roads and bridges. You want to cross? Better pay up. People are running for their lives, and he's lining his pockets. He don't give a damn about us, I know it for sure. A fellow of mine met this scoundrel for a chat near the castle. Know what happened after that? He took his family and left for good, because it was clear his grace cares nothing for the troubles of his subjects. Was this an interaction that we actually had? I don't remember that. Did you come here to hear yourselves talk? For shame. While you try to figure out why you all gathered here, at least let the Baron speak. You ungrateful rabble. Dare judge me, the one charged with protecting this barony? You're still here, so I must be doing something right. The people before you exchange wary looks and back away. You notice a few peasants hastily turn and leave. A serpent's tongue, clear sign of Lamashtu. Did she grant you such cunning and hypocrisy in return for our lives? It's true, goblins dart about everywhere, putting up their filthy totems, and without a bit of fear. But it doesn't trouble our Baron. No, they can just put up their vile idols anywhere they want, and carve honest people up for their wretched gods. Did you hear about the human cult of Lamashtu? They say the Baron gave them his favor and panders to their every whim. Well, we did kind of let them do what they want, huh? They are still the merciful. Forgive them. They are caught up in their own anger. Your Grace, they don't know what they're saying. If you care so much about my beliefs, maybe it's time we examine your altars of worship. Let me see your paragons of virtue who have the right to reproach me. Ooh, failed. Angry murmuring runs through the crowd. It looks like it might erupt at any moment. Jod leans in. We've done all we can. He turns to the crowd, then presses his hands together in prayer. In the name of Aristil, I beseech you, return to your homes, your families. You've suffered enough. Do not bring more strife upon yourselves. As the priest's speech comes to an end, a silence fills the air. Is this when the monsters attack? Like, don't we get monsters attacking the city? It gives way to some awkward coughing and the shuffle of feet as the crowd begins to disperse. Some risk a glance at you as they go, others hide their faces as they hastily leave the square. You look around in search of Remus, the mysterious old man who managed to show up despite your best efforts to get rid of the instigator. It seems the mad preacher managed to disappear in all the commotion. Okay. We're safely back inside.
Without a doubt.
So, got stuff here to deal with. Go up the Gudgeon River and find Keston and his militia. Guess that's where we need to head. So we'll check in here with things. Keston's still standing there, but I guess he's going to head out later. Alright, triumph with the troublemakers. People didn't want to fight, only to know that their voices were heard in the capital. The instigators disappeared as quickly as they emerged, once the locals' faith in their ruler was restored. The refugees, success. The refugee caravan was blocked by the guards, who ordered the fearmongers to return to work and stop trying to run away. The people were appalled at the threat of force, but didn't risk engaging in a fight with the armed guardsmen. Humbled, they returned to work. And fail disaster with the wise man. The advisor couldn't convince the scientist to take up service. Okay. Triumph with monster sightings. Our scouts confirmed the presence of monsters and local militia successfully eliminated the threat. That's good. And we had success with unrest in the streets. Okay. Got some new stuff. Okay, we've got a couple events we're going to start up, and then we're going to rank up somebody. Undead Rising, an old priestess of Pharasma, has died in the region, and the dead have risen from the graves. The nearby cemeteries grow emptier by the day, and the forest wind is no longer fresh, but carries upon it the smell of wet soil and rot. Put Ragongar on that. It's only 50%, but we're just going to go with that. And then Hands of Gold. Rumor has it that an unknown self-taught master crafting items of extraordinary beauty and rare quality has appeared in the region. Such people are rare. Something should be done to entice her to stay. Tristan's going to work on that. Let's go to the rank ups. We can do, let's see, maybe the Regent. Let's see, that's community. We could do that, or Counselor. He's busy. We can't actually do that one. Can't do the General. We could do the Warden. That would rank up our stability. Maybe we should do that since it's still rank 1. Go ahead and start this up. That's going to finish some stuff and maybe actually put us over the end of the month. Okay. Stability reached rank 2. Nice. Failure with the opportunity. Tristan has had a high failure rate, I would say. Unfortunately, the counselor couldn't inspire the artisan's interest. She decided to leave the barony. And failure with the undead. The troops assembled by the general defeated the undead horde, but it was a bloody victory. Lost some military. Got some new things here. Take a look at. Okay, we're just about to end the end of the month, and unfortunately, we've got 3 problems here that are all either Tristan or Jod. So we can put Tristan on one of them. So we'll do the blighted disease. There have been cases of a strange disease in the region, spreading concern throughout the resident citizens. I don't know if this is still just the monster thing or something else. The other one is another animals flying into a rage. We'll go ahead and start this up, and then we've got a letter from Mager Varn. So we're going to go take a look at that. Lander. Looks like Mager Varn wants something from you, Baron. Otherwise, why would he send you several wagon trains laden with bundles and sheafs? Here's the letter. I think it'll tell you the reason for Varn's fit of generosity. Got a wand of prayer and a wand of good hope. Message for Mager Varn. Most honorable Baron Cain, this is your good neighbor Mager Varn, the ruler of Varnhold, writing. The terrible news that your lands are being swarmed by loathsome monsters has just reached me. Without wishing to cast any doubt on your valor and combat prowess, I nevertheless dare suggest my help in these dark times. Unfortunately, I cannot lend you my sword. All my warriors are busy protecting our roads. There have just been too many bandits in Dunsward. But as a sign of my utmost respect, I send some valuable resources along with this letter. Let them serve you and your people well in these harsh days. I am sure that you would do the same in my place, and would never leave Varnhold without help. Therefore, do not perceive this as an attempt to indebt you to myself. My help is free. I offer it of my own volition. Baronies like ours need to stick together in a steadfast alliance. If one falls, the other will follow. Together we can withstand any menace, even the likes that the stolen lands are famed for. P.S. I dare not insist, knowing of your hardship, but I do remind you that I would be delighted to welcome you in Varnhold at any time. Respectfully yours, Baron Mager Varn. Okay. So he's going to want us to come visit. So this should just be taking care of that letter. Okay, we got a little bit of economy and relations for that. Our stats are slowly climbing here. We do need some arcane and culture and espionage. Need to get those going a little better. We've got some projects. Can we do any of these? We actually could. Okay, we're going to start up this border training camps project with Ragongar. Military camps at the border to allow for immediate solutions to military problems. Provides the general +2 bonus when resolving problems. 125 BP. I did notice we're up to stable here, too. Hopefully we can keep it that way. We are just about to get a new month, and I wonder about just skipping a couple days here to see if anything new shows up down here. We've got some advisors available, don't we? At least a couple. Let's skip a couple days. Okay, we got a new month. We're going to fail these because we couldn't put anybody on them. Okay, nothing new popped up yet. But we could rank up community. I think we'll go ahead and do that while we're in here. Yeah, we're going to start this up. Okay, community reached rank 3. Nice. And we finished the restoration of Bronze Shield Fortress. So we get some military and stability for that. And border training camps are done. And now we've got some new things. Okay, we've got actually a lot of new stuff in here. I noticed we can claim a new region. So I bought a little bit of BP. So we've got enough to do this. I was going to put Lander on something else. I think it was just an opportunity. Let's take him off of there. We do have... Go ahead and start these up. Dead Man's Chest opportunity. A famous river pirate made a statement before his execution. He claimed he buried his treasure somewhere in the domain of the Baron. Adventurers from all over the world are rushing to hunt for the treasure. Perhaps it's worth making sure it doesn't go to one of the neighboring states. Ekundayo is going to start up on that. And then we've got the River Maiden. There's a mermaid in a river where trade ships operate. She has begun to sink, passing vessels. She must be chased away from there before she scares off all the merchants. Ragongar's going to start up that. And then, let's see, I think, okay, we could rank up economy here, but I think I want to go ahead and do the region. We need Lander for that. Yeah, I wish we could do these at the same time. Wish we could put Canera on that while we did the other one. Oh, we do have this, though. Oh, but that costs another 100 BP. I wonder if I can afford that. Yeah. Okay, so we can put... Oh, yeah. Put Canera on this, which is actually to strengthen Lander's skills as a regent. That costs 100, but we can start that up. And then we can put Lander on this and claim the North Gnarl Marches. I'm a little worried that we're putting off the monster thing too long, but so far I haven't got any warnings about that. Okay. Picked up a new region. Nice. Can't really afford yet to place the settlement there. Okay, then we got a lot of new stuff here. Failure with the blighted disease. Man, Tristan, he just has not been doing very well here. Strange phenomenon keeps spreading, and the people are no less terrified of the monsters that spring from the bodies of the infected, which are now overflowing the region. Okay, so maybe we're just going to start getting more problems here. Triumph with the River Maiden. Our soldiers stormed into the mermaid's waters and scared her off. She's abandoned the whole river, and merchants now choose the safe route over the others. And Triumph with the Dead Man's Chest. No foreign adventurers were allowed to cross the border and enter the barony. The treasure was found by a craftsman from the capital. The half-orc was so grateful that he made a generous donation to the state. We got some BP for that too. So we're actually maybe gonna get close to being able to put that settlement down. Okay. Yeah, so we're just getting more problems related to the monsters. They're just gonna keep coming. Predatory beasts. Fearsome monsters are hunting the local inhabitants, leaving people too afraid to even leave their own houses. Alright, well, let's see if I can put some people on these. Then we need to... got a message. We'll need to go meet Keston up there and figure this out. Okay, we've got some more things we can start up. Blighted disease. Still the monster thing. We're going to try Tristan on that. Hope you do better this time. And then predatory beasts. Ragongar is on that. And then we had a couple opportunities. Ancient tradition and an invitation to a celebrated folk festival was delivered to the castle. Lander is on that one. And then celebrity visit. One of the most famous Mavoni bards is passing through a region of the barony. Such a chance should not be missed. Ekun is on that. And then we've got a letter in the throne room. And just like that, we've spent like a couple months here in the throne room. It's my pleasure to bring a most joyous piece of news to your attention. It seems we now have a rebel in our barony. That's right, one rebel. Or at least we have one informer trying to get his annoying neighbor hung from the gallows. A certain brevis from a settlement on Silverstep Lake informs us in a letter that a local huntsman is openly defying the authority of the Baron. He's encouraging the settlers to worship some silver dragon, whose representative the hunter naturally claims himself to be. Being your most loyal subject, this brevis could not but inform you of this flagrant act of Baron bashing. Our own messengers who have been to Silverstep recently made inquiries after this hunter, but learned nothing. He rarely comes to the village and the villagers don't know anything. As for me, this nonsense is not worth your attention, but it's up to you to decide, of course. Okay. A potential threat or slander cannot be taken lightly. I will deal with this. Okay. Ivor the Hunter calls himself the Dragon's Voice. Okay. One more check in here. Okay, we can actually afford to establish Tatzelford here in the North Gnarl Marches. So we're going to do that. 50 BP. And let's see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and buy some BP and get to building some stuff. Okay, I've kind of exhausted our BP, and I don't think I can afford to buy anymore at this point. So we've built a few things here. The wall, and then watchtower and windmill. And then we had a free building here. I'm not sure why, but this Halfling's Brewery gives us some relations and also a chance each week for some extra BP. 10% chance for 3 BP, 10% chance to earn 1 BP. And then we built our bulletin board and stocks. Those are both really nice to potentially give us bonus to resolving problems in these regions. And then our piers over here we got going. So we'll have to finish this one out later. We've got 5 out of 10 slots filled. Okay. That was a lot of kingdom management. But it all needed to be done. I think we'll go ahead and get our party gathered up. Let me look at supply situation. We've got 12 rations. I think we're okay on scrolls for healing. So I think what we will do, I do have some junk I'm carrying around. We need to go sell. So we'll go unload a few things and then head to where we're going to meet Keston. Okay, sold a bunch of junk, and I thought about Verdal here has some cold iron weapons we could buy. I thought about buying like a cold iron earthbreaker for Cain so that we could go take on Craig Linorm, the dragon, at Bridge over Gudrun River. But I don't have a lot of gold right now, so I think I'm going to hold off on that. I did notice that we've got a couple people that leveled up, so we're going to take care of that. Got Alora here first. Okay, we got Alora leveled up. We took Elemental Focus Fire. Those fireballs a little bit extra. And then we've got Phantasmal Web. She implants within the minds of your targets the illusion that they are engulfed in tangled webs teeming with swarms of tiny spiders. Sounds pretty bad. Those who fail to disbelieve the phantasmal web are treated as if in a web spell, but must also make a fortitude save each round after that or become nauseated for that round by the phantasmal spiders. And then Shadow Evocation. You tap the energy from the plane of shadow to cast a quasi-real illusory version of a fireball, lightning bolt, shout, volcanic storm, or ice storm spell. Both of those sound pretty nice. Nice to have a couple new level 5 spells. And then we've got Amaya. Okay, then Amaya. She picked up her Inspire Greatness at 9th level. And then Elemental Focus Electricity to beef up her Storm Call a little bit. And I think Thunder Call maybe does some electricity damage. I'm not sure. I might be wrong about that. But definitely the Storm Call, those lightning bolts, this can add a little bit to those. And then Confusion, all creatures within a 15-foot burst, causes confusion in the targets, making them unable to determine their actions. And she is leveled up. All right, we're set to head out. Next time we will head up the Gudrun River to meet Keston and try to figure out what's going on with these seeds. See where they're coming from. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again next time here in the Stolen Lands. Bye-bye.